Let's play with Saxton. It's in the name.
Hello, 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 and welcome back to another exciting episode of Planet Zoo. I'm going to carry on with career mode because I still need to learn how to play the game. Evidently, I'm not very good at it, but we'll get there. Quick note on the last video, it seemed a bit choppy. I don't know why, because it's recording fine here. It might have something to do with the encoding. Hopefully I can check it out on this one and get it fixed. But, we'll see. What we're doing. Madagascan Simian Conservation Project. The Madagascan Simian Conservation Zoo is a combination of Bernard Goodwin's work in the region, specialising in simian breed and release programs, as well as championing and highlighting our diverse species of apes and monkeys. But never want to be complacent, Bernard now wants to see what you can do in this promising of locations. Okay, let's learn some more. Ooh. Doing that thing again because of the music. That's what I was doing. Couldn't hear it last time. I've turned the volume up on the capture for the game, so hopefully you can hear people talking as well this time. It's annoying because once I've recorded it, I can't change the volume because it doesn't let me select that track. Ooh.
Welcome to Madagascar. It's quite the change of scenery from dreary old England, huh?
It is.
Apart from the weather, I suppose. They don't call these places rainforests for nothing. The zoo you'll be working in is an ape sanctuary, where we're doing vitally important conservation work. Not just for apes, but for all kinds of species. But apes, well,
that's cool.
Apes are some of the closest relatives to humans there are. And
apart
yet,
from bananas,
the way the world
78% of our DNA is shared with a banana.
Very much like some of us treat our actual relatives. Anyway, that's why I'm determined that our operation here does some good. If we can all leave some part of the world in a better state than we found it, we'll have lived lives worth living. And speaking of states,
a dream, Bernard.
I have a horrible feeling I left the house in the right one. When I get back, I expect my life won't be worth living at all.
Same.
What do you think of Madagascar then?
It looks nice.
Warm for my taste, to be honest.
Oh,
anyway, this is Bernie's primate sanctuary. It's not just primates though. We've got all sorts of animals. So why don't we go and have a look at some of them, eh?
Yeah, okay.
We'll start by taking a look at the red-ruffed lemurs. They're the ones that look like they should be in a Shakespeare play. Come on, let's head over to them.
Let's head over to them. Red rough lemurs. There they are. Gonna move now. There we go. Where are we?
Red-ruffed lemurs are found in the rainforests of Masoala. That's in northeast Madagascar.
Oh, look at
They
them.
can actually live anywhere from
just ran through
15 up to 25 years.
Wow.
Fancy that, eh? Okay, when you're ready, let's go find our Bornean orangutans.
Okay. Hello, monkey lemur. Oh, little lemur. Oh, it's so cute. Where we going? Orangutans. Go find some orangutans. There they are.
The Bornean orangutan is such a marvellous creature.
This one
They're always a big favourite at any zoo they feature in. And they're also the biggest tree-dwelling animal on the planet.
Looks like my cousin
Aaron.
Aaron.
Any lions that got stuck up one. Oh, why don't you take a better look at them? Open up their information panel and go into the animal camera.
Just did that.
Aren't they just incredible?
There you go.
When you're ready, let's go and have a look-see at some of our beautiful bonobos. They're quite the characters.
He's cute. Look at the little one. Get here. Ah, whatever. Exit group. I don't want to do that. I just want to click on the monkey. Right. Bonobos. Where are the bonobos? There. Ooh.
It
What?
looks like we've arrived just in time. One of the habitat's barriers has collapsed.
Where? Oh,
And
yeah.
wouldn't you know it, one of the bonobos has made a run for it. We'll
Where?
need to catch them. But before we do, we should box up the other bonobos to stop them escaping too. Select the habitat boundary to bring up the habitat information panel. Good. Now open the animals tab. Now, we'll
Oh,
need a
that's
vet
broken.
to recapture that escaped bonobo. But it seems our last one left to do some research in the wild. Not an ideal situation.
Why don't you
So,
replace
we'll
him?
need to
You're-
hire a
you're bloody
replacement
zoo.
sharpish. Go into the zoo section and then into the staff management area.
Useless, aren't you?
You can find all of your staff in here, but there's no time to go looking at their particulars at the moment. Hire a vet.
I did.
Great. Now let's deal with our escapee before they can cause too much havoc.
I will, but
Use
where is
the
he?
animal alerts to jump to the escaped bonobo. And then click on the call vet button to call the vet over to capture it. Okay, that's a relief. So while the vet deals with our
No.
bonobo friend, let's go fix up their habitat so they can't escape again. Head back over there.
Where am I going? Back over here. I just click on it and zoom to it.
As you can see, the barrier's collapsed.
Yeah.
Someone's taken their eye off the ball, obviously. Let's get this one replaced. Select the barrier and then we'll edit it. Delete the broken section of barrier and replace it with a brand spanking new one.
Zoom me out. Which bit? That bit. What are you doing? Why am I all the way over here now? Ooh. Oh, these controls are going to take some getting used to. No?
Good. Now that we've done that, we need to make sure to add climb-proof barriers to the
do.
top. That way the bonobos won't be able to climb out. Just make sure you've got the correct piece of barrier selected when you do that.
Which one is it?
Okay, so go into the options section and select which side the climb-proof barrier
Oh,
needs to go
settings.
on. And don't get it wrong. We're more worried about bonobos climbing out than guests climbing in.
Why don't you just do both sides then?
Nicely done. And I
Yep.
think it's high time we unboxed those bonobos, wouldn't you say?
Yeah.
The poor mites will get sad if we leave them in there for too long. Select the habitat barrier to bring up the habitat information panel again. So, it turns out that as well as the old vet leaving, the zoo's mechanics did too. We'll need to hire a
Ah.
couple of new ones so we can help stop any more breakouts.
We will, won't we?
You see, mechanics do all sorts of helpful things around the zoo, but one of their most important jobs is taking care of the habitat barriers. Without mechanics around to repair them, the barriers will crack, crumble, and fall down. And before you know it, we'll be overrun with escaped animals.
About what not doing,
Go
Nancy?
into the zoo section and then into the staff management area again. Oh,
How you done it?
gosh, we have been busy, haven't we?
Oh,
Good
we
work
have.
there. I'm off for a cuppa. Oh, I think Bernie wants a word with you.
Okay, where is he? Ooh.
Oh,
You do it.
I hear you had a bit of an issue with an escaped bonobo. The main thing is that you dealt with it swiftly. And more importantly,
Where am I?
without the animals stealing someone's clothes, putting them on, and then walking out of the front gate.
Yeah.
You see, another key responsibility for our vets is animal research. Researching animals allows vets to unlock new enrichment items, additional information for our education resources, enhanced breeding programs, and improvements to food quality.
Ah, there.
The animals' food, not the vets. It'll take more than a research grant to improve the staff canteen. Anyway, as you can see, research is a key part
Nothing
of
in
running
it.
your zoo. In order for a
Build a
vet to
research
undertake
centre.
research, they require a research centre.
That is
And once again, that's something that this zoo is missing. So let's build one.
Keep a
I've
thought.
marked out an area for you to put it. Now, you've probably noticed that there's already a building where I want you to build the research centre. Don't
Yeah.
worry. You see, the building that's currently there is actually a hollow shell, so we're able to place our new building inside of it. If you select the research centre for placement and then hover over the shell, you'll see that it asks if you want to add the research centre to the existing building.
Does it?
Right. Splendid work. Now that we have a brand spanking new research centre, we can give our vets something to do in there. Oh, by the way, it's worth noting that the vets will only do research when they're not required to do any other jobs. That said, you can change what jobs a vet does via their information panel. But let's not worry about that just now.
Okay, being
So, let's get
Ring-tailed
our
lemur.
vet researching ring-tailed lemurs. Go into the zoo section and select Vet Research. Here, you can see a list of all the animals present in your zoo, and also all the potential diseases that can occur. Now, drag and drop your vet onto the ring-tailed lemur to start their
pose in here.
research.
Where's the pose?
Actually, thinking about it, I'm not sure we've got any education boards or speakers by the lemur's habitat.
That's stupid.
Let's head over there and add some, so
Yeah,
our guests
let's.
can learn all about the furry little delights.
It's a good job I'm here, isn't it?
First off, let's pop down 2 education boards. Place them on the habitat barriers at a height that guests can see, or, if you like, pop them down on a stand.
Okay. No. Where's the stand? Yeah. Get to it. Okay.
Okay, now
Ah.
that they've been put into position, we have to tell them what animal to display information about. Select one of the education boards to bring up its information panel.
Ring-tailed
And
lemur.
from the drop-down list, select ring-tailed lemur.
It did.
Although I'm sure that last part was obvious.
Yeah, it was.
When you
Pretty
link an
obvious.
education board or a speaker to an animal, you need to make sure that said animal is close by. If it isn't, the guests will get confused and won't learn as much.
Stupid
Okay,
guests.
now that we've done the education boards, let's pop down a pair of speakers. Speakers play audio to the guests so they can learn while they look at the animals, instead of having to go through the laborious process of reading. Oh, one thing to bear in mind is that it's important not to put the speakers too close together. If you do, the guests won't be able to understand what's being said. Now we simply need to link the speakers to the ring-tailed lemurs, just like you did with the education boards.
I don't know where I put the other one. There.
Fantastic!
Thank you.
It's worth remembering that education boards and speakers both need power to work. They won't do much good without it. Oh, it looks as though our vet has completed their research on ring-tailed lemurs. We'll need to collect the results. We can do that by clicking on the notification or by going back into the vet research area.
Ooh, what have I got?
Go on, collect your research rewards.
Doing it.
Just so you know, vets will continue to research an animal even after successfully completing a research level. I suppose when you're in the zone, you're in the zone. Well, now that we've enriched the lives of our guests, let's enrich the lives of our ring-tailed lemurs. Some animals, like lemurs, will have a climbing need. That means they have a requirement for a certain amount of climbing space.
Okay.
And you can fulfill that requirement by building them a climbing frame.
Where are they?
Let's
Are these
find
them?
out how much more climbing space our
Yeah.
lemur friends need, shall we?
Yeah.
Select one of them and bring up their information panel. Next, click on the Terrain tab.
Oh, they need loads more climbing.
Now, as you can see, the lemurs need quite a lot more climbing space.
Yes, they do.
But as it happens, I've already got a climbing frame blueprint built for you. So
Okay.
you can either pop that down or build one yourself from scratch.
Where is
By
it?
the way, it's not always just climbing needs that you have to worry about. Other animals might need a certain amount of water in their habitat so they can go for a swim. They certainly do keep us on our toes. Oh,
Oh,
that's
look,
a
it's-
great climbing frame for them. They're
not,
going
it's
to
floating.
absolutely love it. Do you know what would make them even happier, though?
If it wasn't
Nicer
floating.
food. But that's true of all of us, though, isn't it? You can unlock better quality food for animals through research. Luckily, we've already unlocked some for the lemurs, so all that
Whatever.
remains is to make sure they get served it from now on. Let's bring up the habitat information panel by selecting the lemur habitat.
Where's the ground? That's better. Boxed an animal up there. Yeah, it's better. It's on the floor now. Where is it? I can't see any lemurs. Oh, there's one. Food? Where was that?
Lovely. Now
Ah.
select the Animals tab. There we go. As you can see, we can set the food quality in here. Just click on the drop-down menu and select
Lima,
Grade
run.
2 Food Quality. Grade 2 Food Quality.
Did it?
My mouth's already watering.
Watch out, lemur.
So, a new climbing frame and better food. Oh, you've really spoilt those lemurs
Oh,
rotten.
haven't I?
Now, I think it's time we looked at one of the zoo's most important responsibilities. Releasing animals into the wild. You see, when we feel
Lot
an
of
animal
people
is ready, we can release them into the wild. But
4,000.
what makes an animal a good candidate for release? Well, their age is an important factor.
Yeah.
I mean, we can't release an animal that's a juvenile, just as we can't release one that's gotten too old.
That is true.
They'll also need
That's
to be
why you're still here,
fertile.
Nancy.
After all, the idea is to repopulate the wild, so the best candidates will have a high fertility gene. And together, the age and fertility of a candidate will determine how many conservation credits will be rewarded when we release them. Now, conservation credits are vitally important. They're the lifeblood of your zoo, because earning them allows you to adopt even more animals.
Hello.
And what's more, the animals you can adopt will be of a higher quality.
Ooh.
So, with that in mind, let's pop over to our orangutan habitat.
Okay, where was that again? Was there?
Okay, I'd like you to find Agang, the Bornean orangutan in the habitat, and select him, please. You can either
Him.
click through each orangutan in turn,
No, it's
or
Gesang.
select the habitat barrier, go to the animals tab in the habitat information panel, and find him in the animals list.
Where? Animals? View animal management? That one.
I
Bye-bye.
know, it's sad to see him go.
Bye-bye.
But he'll be happy out in the wild. And he's a wonderful candidate for release. Young, strong, and fertile.
Very
Excellent
virile.
work there. You've definitely got potential, you know.
That's gonna get all the monkey ladies. Like it,
Ah,
right?
I see you've been doing some homework.
No.
Although it hardly seems like work when you're learning about something as adorable as a ring-tailed lemur.
Exactly.
I imagine I'd have got much better grades at school if there'd been less algebra and more aldebra.
What?
Tortoises.
Oh, okay.
Okay,
If you say
so
so.
far we've done a lot of work with habitat animals, but now it's time to learn all about exhibit animals. Let's build a brand new exhibit. I've marked an area for our new exhibit. How about we head over there? Lovely. Now let's build a new exhibit
Am I
in the
here?
gap that's been left.
What cap?
Just add it to the building like we did with the research centre earlier, then pop it into the gap.
Where? This cap? What are you on about, Nancy? exhibits. Where is the gap? Ah, here. Substructed.
Perfect.
Ah, there you go.
The next thing to do is adopt an exhibit animal to go in there.
Okay.
How about a Gila monster?
Yeah,
Open up the exhibit trading section and adopt one.
this one.
Just as we do with habitat animals, we need to send the Gila monster to the exhibit. Click on the exhibit to send it there. When you send an animal to an exhibit, it'll automatically be given the correct setup. But that doesn't mean it's completely ready for them. So let's finish it off. We'll start by adding some enrichment items. Click on the exhibit to bring up its information panel.
There he is.
Good. Now click on the Layout tab.
What?
Oh, well, it looks like we've only got the enrichment level 1 items unlocked at the moment. Never mind, let's turn on at least one of them for the Gila monster.
Okay.
As I'm sure you know by now, you can unlock more enrichment levels by having one of your vets do some research. Now we'll also need to set the temperature and humidity in the exhibit. These are vitally important for keeping our Gila monster happy and comfortable. Click on the Climate tab. Here you can see the Gila monster's desired temperature and humidity. You can change both of these by adjusting the dials below. Make sure it's
Okay.
going to be nice and cozy.
Can I click? I want to look at the Gila
That's
monster.
the ticket. And the last thing we need to look at is setting up the different windows. So click on the Windows tab. There's also an exhibit education board. Pop them down near your exhibits to teach your guests about them. Let's add one now.
Okay. Can't really see. There's the floor.
Just like the education boards and speakers we put down for the ring-tailed lemurs, you'll need to link these to the Gila monster. Go
Okay.
on. Lovely stuff. Now our guests can learn all about our venomous friend here. Right, now, I've got a bit of a big job for you. I need you to increase the number of species in the zoo. You'll probably want to adopt both habitat and exhibit animals to do so, which will mean building plenty of new habitats and exhibits for them. Go
Okay.
on, off you pop. I'll check in with you when you're almost done.
Okay. What am I doing? Student players. I've at least 12 species in the zoo. I've got 9. Right. It's fine. Let me see. Got any more room for any more exhibits? This one's empty. Exhibit trading. Shall we get? What shall we get? Bit of froth. Oh, these are pretty good. Get you. Oh dear. And you. Give it animal storage. That's that one, and that is fine. That's fine. Not researched. Oh. More empty ones. Wee. Kado Oni. More empty ones. Share habitats. No. Where do I get the exhibit ones from again? Can't remember how it works. Oh, exhibit. Oh, I'll think that. Well, can't say. Right, let's get another one. Ooh, giant ant snail. That's that. Let's just get this sorted out. A bit hotter, a bit less humid. Yep. Got some rocks for you. There you go. Happy, happy, happy. Happy, happy, happy. Yeah, it's 11. What else shall we build? It's raining a bit. Got any spare enclosures? Deal here. What do we need? Let's go for steel mesh. That's facing the wrong way. That way. Yeah. Path. How's that stuff going? Yeah. will do for that bit. Gas. Transformer. Oh, come on. I think. Whee. Stop flares. Keep the bot. Powder. Right. I need an animal. Oh, no more. What should we get? What should we get? Filter. What have we got? Right, it's empty. Whoa. Filler? No. What is some monkeys? We've got them. We've got hippos, I think. We've got mandrills. I've seen them on the research. We've got that. Come on. Where's the lever? What? I thought I was supposed to get something I haven't got. Zoo. Right, I've got bonobos. We've got orangutans. Got hippos. I've got mandrills. I've got red-ruffed lemurs. I've got ring-tailed lemurs. Put them onto something else. So I want something new. Guess we're having a tapir. This thing expired. It's not exactly a lot to buy. How's that an invalid destination? Oh. There we go. Here we go. So, no, I'm not trading. Go and something escaped. The lemur. There we go. Okay, play. What does a tapir like? Zoopedia. Fast tapir. Tropical temperate grassland. that enough? See? Must already have one. Tropical temperate grassland. In transit. Oh, that one, yeah, okay. Now we do.
My, you have been busy, haven't you? Splendid! But now that you've adopted all these lovely new species, we need to make sure they're nice and happy. So let's get the average welfare across the zoo nice and high, shall we?
Yep.
And by we, I mean you.
South Central
Go on,
America.
get to it.
She's bloody bossy, ain't she? Yeah. Don't know what that is. Liking stuff. We're there yet. Right, there's coverage. Go away. Right, let me dig. Fine. Fine. Habitat. Food and water. Bars tape here. Piping. Enrichment items. Box there. And a ball. There you go. We're on 83%. Oh, did we do it this way, didn't we? No, Buzz. Need some enrichment items, Mr. Bonobo. Bonobo. Hey guys, spin it up. And box. No. Box. And termite mound. Forager. What's it need? Toys. Grab ball. Piano. Here we go. Piano's what you needed. You needed a piano. Whee. Animals escaped. escaping. What's going on? Call the mechanic. 87%. 87%. Transit. It's so loud. Yeah. Nutrition. Food. Oh, I think we don't about that. Unless I do research wherever that is. Okay. Research. Mechanics. That one. I don't know. Not green. Go give Lena some more stuff. I'm already there. Okay. No, there you go. Lima. Toy enrichment.
Lovely job there.
There you go.
You should be proud of yourself.
I'm very proud.
Not only have you expanded the zoo and kept the animals as happy as Larry, but you didn't bankrupt us in the process.
Thank you.
Amazing.
Who's Larry?
Wow! Well, you've certainly transformed the zoo. I barely recognize it.
He looks
A
the
wonderful
same,
new
mate.
exhibit, some fascinating new species, and you've done wonders for the animals' welfare by enriching their habitats.
Thank you.
Who doesn't love playing with a 3-foot wide soccer ball, huh? I mean, other than professional soccer players. I mean, I'm sure it wasn't easy, though.
Wasn't.
I expect
Really
money was
hard.
tighter than a possum's pouch. Plowing all those
Tighter
funds
than a
back
possum's
into the
bumhole.
welfare of the animals doesn't make running these places a picnic. Although, it does make me feel a little less guilty about how much our gift shops charge.
Bet it does.
No, as far as I'm concerned, the only reason to run a zoo is to help animal kind. Sadly, it appears some other people have far less noble goals.
Oh. Is that it? Gold. Right. That was fun. Right, we'll leave it there, ladies and gentlemen. And we'll see you next time when we play a different career mode, probably. I don't know what the next one is. But we'll be there, and we'll give it a go. And I'm picking it up. I'm picking it up slowly. And then eventually I'll start franchise mode. And be able to get your input from you lot for what I need to do. And what you want to see. And all that jazz. And all that jazz. So, see you next time. Ciao for now.
If you've liked this video, don't forget to leave a like and comment, and also subscribe for future releases.